a nation, yes. It's the engine of a healthy land. Good nutrition is the heart of a nation, yes. It's the engine of a healthy land. Good ya queen, they kungala queen. Good ya queen, they kusumba well. Na duombele chapa mo.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on the show today. My name is Josie Perry. We have a varied menu for you on our recipe for the day. Movers and Shakers in Nutrition features a lady who made nutrition a business. And we have our mind awakening Did You Know at the end of the show. See you after this.
Shinariandi nebo Beatrice Moinya. Mfumine mwanja kuki. Mkwai pamula nduwa nkoko. Kwena tu alikwata mubuku mubusuma sana. Pantu nobusu nokusambira twasambira pamula nduwa nkoko. Nkoko twalete nefyo shale bikira. Neshinkoko twapoke fe shibikira. Pali bobu pusana. Pantu ishinkoko twalete kaleta bala tulete program. Tashale bikira okulingana eshishire twapoka fe shibikira. Shira bikira amanyaye ngisana limbikutu wakwata 30 naba 40 naba 80 shibikira fi. Nomba sofiranga shabikira tulabula n'abana twayikala pamolupwa twatoba twalya kwana mubaleberawo ubulole bwachifimba kwana bwadisaputuka kubana bantu isani batuletera alisa tusambisha sana efya kulisha abana kuntanshuka abana balefimba nombe po bashire tuletere nkoko kwana obulole bwachifimba bwadisaputukako nena alikwetema na inya abana babiri bona konkenye kwati ntumpundu. So nomba kambikale kwa mushishi wale ululuka fira kwa tikale fimba. Nomba batuletere sani ne ya nkoko, koko la ne bampele nkoko ikulu. Ne ya shire fika fipa kuvikira. Na tampila kulabula kweli nili modi monde pelo mwana. Safi nenga yabikira na pelo mwana. Efyo nombe yo nkoko no mwana oyo kwena watutubuka bonse babiri emo na bafyaliri abanono. Lelo pali no nshita abo abana badife buino. Aba umebeka beka nangu baba lolesha kuti batife kwena chishinka abana bali enkoko shabasani mkwaya mataba ya tukwete orange maize aya mataba ba tulete yokumandwa kutira chiba chefye ko bwafya bumo kuli basani program so na mataba twalima kumulandu wa menso kuba iche nabakalamba na ifobene akafifi pamenso pauti yale chepa ni chibwabwa oyi chibwabwa batusambilishe basani kuswa mwibala amayinsalira mwaswa mwakafya menshi mo mwaitumpika eno mba mwabika kona tusoti elo mwayanika so ichibwabwa wakwisali olusuba twalyanika ko chibwabwa wakwisali olusuba kwana mukwayi kulingana no lupwa pantu temu na niweka weka ningala ikaliloyu tuna lili mako tukalembula na ipika kono oyu inena chimpapiro wa uma na ina nalianika ko kumutumpika mumechi no kumwanika nga fela tuwele na isa abula kona Chinese na alianika ko kumutumpika mumechi kumika kona soti mukwayi shonse fyo lupwa kuti tuwali angefyo la tusambilishe basani.
Now, improving nutrition in Zambia is really a mammoth task that requires research, policy coordination, behavior change, and money, big money. As a country, we can't do this alone, so we need lots of support. So today we meet the organizations and people whose focus lies in helping Zambia achieve good nutrition in so many different ways. These are our cooperating partners. We learn more about how they operate as they share their thoughts and insights on nutrition.
Good nutrition is a golden key to development. Zambia is making fighting malnutrition a priority.
Nutrition is a top priority for the PF government under His Excellency Mr. Edgar Chagulungu. We believe that in addressing the health of the nation, we need to address nutrition as a key determinant of health. Nutrition must be prioritized for us to have a healthy and productive nation. For this government, in the 7th National Development Plan, we've made it very clear that health will be a top priority. So investing in the health of our people also means focusing on the nutrition of our people. A multi-sectoral approach to health system strengthening has been adopted. So equally for nutrition, we've adopted a multi-sectoral approach. So we have brought on board all other sectors to play their role to ensure that nutrition is addressed in the country.
After government's recognition of nutrition as an important determinant of health, as well as an important determinant for development, the National Food and Nutrition Commission has developed a 3-year multi-sector plan for scaling up nutrition, which is aimed at accelerating the rate at which nutrition interventions are implemented using a multi-sector approach. We are cognizant of the fact that unless we scale up nutrition interventions, we may not address malnutrition. And so the scale-up plan aims to scale up all nutrition interventions to a level of reaching at least 90% of the intended targets.
We need to address nutrition in a more holistic manner, looking at production, looking at accessibility, and looking at utilization as well. And for me, if we do that with, political support, with sufficient resources, working with different partners as well, and even learning from other countries that have achieved, nutrition, improved nutrition and ended hunger, I think we will be able to see zero stunting.
USAID Zambia is extremely excited to be joining the effort to combat chronic nutrition and stunting here in Zambia. Good nutrition is the backbone for a happy, healthy, and productive society here in Zambia. And that's why it's such a priority for USAID, the government of the Republic of Zambia, and our cooperating partners. We're teaming up our efforts together over the next 7 years to work on the Scaling Up Nutrition program. And we'll be rolling out a bunch of interventions in order to help reduce stunting in the entire country. We're taking an interesting approach. We're using an integrated approach so that we're able to combine a lot of the interventions we have in water supply, sanitation, hygiene, nutrition, maternal and child health, and agriculture, including access to nutritious foods.
The fight against malnutrition is very high on the agenda of the European Union. The European Union has made two very important nutrition commitments. Firstly, it has pledged to help countries with the highest prevalence of stunting to protect 7 million children from the risk of stunting. And it has pledged to do so through an important financial commitment. The European Union has pledged to allocate up to 3.5 billion euros to improve nutrition in developing countries for the period 2014 to 2020. The human and economic consequences of malnutrition are severe. Health and longevity are undermined, and the earning potential of individuals is diminished. There are considerable lifelong economic benefits from reducing malnutrition, and this must be recognized in economic and development planning.
A specific role of WHO Nutrition is to provide leadership, is to provide guidance, and also for monitoring nutrition interventions. And in leadership, we try to make sure that we shape the nutrition agenda. We want to make sure that we also influence the non-health sectors to improve and mainstream nutrition, and also want to make sure that effective nutrition policies and programs are in all settings.
As a cooperating partner, Sweden is happy to be on board working with the government together with other cooperating partners to fight stunting through the right messaging, the right information, as well as providing supplementation when it comes to vitamins and so on to children and to pregnant mothers. Something we must not forget also in this context is the issue of gender equality and women's empowerment. We know that women make better choices when it comes to feeding their children than what men do. Therefore, making sure that we fight gender inequality, that we make sure to support women's empowerment will also help in the fight against stunting.
From the World Bank side, we are delighted that the government of Zambia is focusing on addressing malnutrition. We are interested in this issue not just because it's a welfare issue, but because it is an issue of human capital and economic growth. And at the bank, we have estimated that Zambia needs about $40 million a year in order to address and scale up a package of high-impact interventions.
To us as a FAO, nutrition is a very, very important subject matter. Recently, we have just started another project which we want to assist the government of Zambia at least to come up with some kind of diversity guidelines on the kind of food that people need to eat.
GIZ is the German technical cooperation, which is implementing on behalf of the German Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development 3 projects here in Zambia in the areas of agriculture, food and nutrition security. From our project so far, 12,000 women benefited through the promotion of nutrition-sensitive agriculture, WASH, but also diverse diets. And we are doing this together with the National Food and Nutrition Commission.
DFID has supported the first 1,000 Most Critical Days programme already, and we're now going into phase 2 of supporting that programme. And we've identified lessons that we are taking forward into that second phase. And those are around, for example, identifying the highest impact interventions to tackle malnutrition and stunting. So we know that early breastfeeding is really important, iron-rich foodstuffs are really important, along with other high-impact interventions, and making sure we focus on those for phase 2. We know that government leadership and government visibility on the agenda is a really important lesson from phase 1. So establishing right from the start of this second phase a really strong role, really strong leadership from government.
The first 1,000 days are critical. Malnutrition at this stage, from a mother's pregnancy to a child's second birthday, creates irreversible problems for growth and brain development. But if we get nutrition right in the early years, we'll be seeing healthier citizens, stronger at fighting disease, quicker at learning in school, and members of a smarter, stronger workforce.
I think that it's going to be a long-term game to reduce the stunting levels to the WHO standard. I think there's a lot of work to do, but I'd like to see that the resources that are available, including in the government's own budget, that they're reconfigured better through both nutrition sensitive and direct nutrition health focused interventions to achieve what we're all looking to see.
And there are countries that have addressed malnutrition successfully, and they've done 3 things. First, they've focused on scaling up high impact interventions, so focus on evidence. Second, they have focused on building strong delivery mechanisms and institutional arrangements so that you have not only scaled up interventions but high quality interventions. And third, evaluation. Putting in place a strong evaluation so you can learn from that and redesign the program as it goes along.
In the next 5 years, if we can sustain the interventions that we've put in place and also modify those that we had in place based on the practices, on the good practices we've identified, we can make progress in reducing stunting levels. We can make progress in reducing wasting levels within our population by carrying out these interventions.
In the next 5 years, I expect to see a very different Zambia. We are going to walk the talk. We are confident that with this collective approach and multi-sectoral approach to addressing nutrition matters in the country, we are going to have a different Zambia.
Our wish is for every child in Zambia to develop to his or her full potential. Healthy, well-nourished, safe, educated, and able to contribute as productive citizens when adults.
Time for movers and shakers on nutrition. Today we feature Justina Opit, a lady who recognized an economic opportunity in nutrition.
My name is Justina, a co-founder of Omega Foods. Omega Foods was founded in 2015, but we entered into the shops in 2017. We produce millet meal, cassava meal, sorghum meal, and we do have a blend which we call Nutri-Flour. It's a blend that can be taken by the whole family, children above 6 months. We have 8 permanent workers that work directly with us, and we have 3 casual workers who come in when we have a lot of work. But we also work with farmers. We don't grow the produce that we are using. So we work with cooperatives to grow our cassava, to grow the millet, to grow with sorghum. To grow the sorghum that we are processing. And currently we have over 300 farmers that are growing the produce that we are processing. What do I want to tell the women out there? We have a lot of opportunities. And opportunities start from our home, from our communities. What is that need you're seeing? When I started Omega Foods, I didn't think it was going to be a business. But the people who kept on coming back asking for my product showed me there is actually a need. Maybe there is that thing people keep on coming back to you to ask for you to make for them. That can be your opportunity. I love telling this story because he is the story behind Omega Foods. 2015, when I gave birth to him, I was looking for, I was asking myself a question: what am I going to give my son after I wean him from breastfeeding? When I went to the shops, the alternatives that I found had too much fat, too much sugar, and I needed something more natural. So I went to my kitchen and I did this blend, and incidentally, the whole family loved it. When I gave it to my, I started feeding my son, and he actually loved it. What did I do? Friends would ask me, Justina, what are you feeding your son? And in response, I would share. And then I realized I'm not the only one who is looking for nutrition for their children. There are mothers out there who want something, a better alternative, more natural, more Zambian, to give their children. And as they kept on coming and referring their friends, I said, actually, I can make business out of this. And I didn't hesitate. I went and registered the business with PACRA. I went to Zambia Bureau of Standards. We started doing testing. And I continued giving friends. So whenever they would call me, I want some more porridge, I would say, bring money. As I clean mine, I clean yours. I remember my daughter, when we were coming up with the name Omega Foods, we were driving. I had just told her, this is going to be a business. And we were like, so what are you going to call this? My son is called Baraka. So I was saying, we're going to call it Baraka. Then she was like, no, we can't call it Baraka. And then we were talking, and she comes and says, let's call it Omega.
Having trouble dealing with those school lunchbox tantrums from your kids? Well, you don't need to worry. Our recipe today will save the day and make you and your children happy. With that lunchbox idea, we wrap up today's show. My gratitude goes to the production team. I hope to see you soon. I'm Josie Piri saying adios.
Nutrition is the heart of a nation, yes. It's the engine of